security.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Monday, December 18. The JIS family is mourning the death of its Deputy CEO, veteran journalist Ian Boyne. Mr. Boyne, who had been recuperating after a recent hospitalization, died this morning. He enjoyed a long career with the JIS, which he first joined in 1976 when it was known as the Agency for Public Information, API. In his role as JIS Deputy Chief Executive Officer since 2010, Mr. Boyne has served as speechwriter for Ministers of Government and Chief State Liaison while giving oversight to the JIS's Research, Print and Production Division. Popularly known for his 30-year-running profile and religious hard talk television programs, Mr. Boyne was also the host of JIS's flagship interview program, Issues and Answers. The highly respected media practitioner maintained weekly newspaper columns, and as a writer, his publications included 2013's Profile of Excellence, Strategies for Extraordinary Achievement from 25 Years of Interviewing Remarkable People. Upon hearing the news of his death, Prime Minister Andrew Holness used his official Twitter page this morning to express condolences. JIS's CEO Donna Marie Rowe also expressed love and sympathy to Mr. Boyne's wife, daughter, relatives and friends, while thanking all those who have reached out to the JIS. Mrs. Rowe pointed out that while everyone knows Ian as the veteran journalist, we knew him as so much more, remarking that he was a superb colleague whose loss has left a huge void. The JIS's CEO says she has lost not only her deputy but a true friend, and passed on his last message to the JIS family, which urged us to show love and appreciation when we can, rather than wait until someone is sick or passes on. Ian showed his appreciation to his JIS family daily, and he knew how much we loved him. In other news, customer service and operational costs at the National Water Commission are expected to be significantly improved following last Friday's signing of a $43.9 million contract. Under the agreement signed between the NWC and German company Deal, 450,000 solid-state water meters will be installed over the next 5 years. The water meters, which can be read remotely and measure every drop of water that passes through the NWC pipes, forms part of the company's program to stem water wastage or non-revenue water.
The government is committed to ensuring that we proceed to have a very efficient water company.
Transport and Mining Minister Mike Henry has officially handed over the lease for operations of Kingston Pen to Kingston Wharves Limited KWL. Friday's ceremony also marked the official commissioning of the KWL Global Logistics Center.
Today we are seeing the implementation of the Cabinet decision to decommission the Aeronautical Training School to support logistic development in the Port of Kingston.
Minister Henry says over time, all current tenants at Kingston Pen will be relocated to provide space for growing the logistics opportunities that are coming. Meanwhile, about 10 acres of government land will be made available at Vernham Field for the relocation of the Aeronautical Training School and the establishment of an International Air Cargo and Logistics Service Center. It will also accommodate a maintenance, repair and overhaul facility.
I appeal for partners now to come forward as we develop joint ventures, because that's what economic zones are about. Partnerships between all sectors of the aviation industry enable the global air transport industry to operate aviation-related infrastructure as a major part of urban and rural communities worldwide.
Meanwhile, the Transport Minister is praising the country's aviation industry while insisting that we must remain poised to further tap into its growth prospects.
Our aviation sector has done the country proud, and I have no doubt that the successes will continue. But we must keep abreast of the trends of the future, plan accordingly.
Minister Henry was speaking at the recent awards and banquet in celebration of International Aviation Day. He said passenger traffic reported by the Airports Authority of Jamaica had seen growth of 4.3% at our international airports. Meanwhile, cargo mail and total air freight increased by 2.33%. The Transport Minister said the industry must work to meet the anticipated demands in passenger movement, cargo, and commercial pilots, where hundreds of thousands of pilots will be needed in a few decades. 1,000 Jamaicans between the ages of 18 and 35 years will be engaged in ICT training and employment over a 12-month period starting January 2018. This is being made possible through the Universal Service Fund's Technology Advancement Program, TAP. Participants will receive training and employment in digitization, data collection, and proofreading, among others. Technology Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley says the program will be a golden opportunity for unattached youth as well as high school, college, and university graduates.
We need to ensure that as part of the government's general thrust to build out a knowledge-based digital society, that we have to develop the level of competence in our young people to embrace and capitalize on these opportunities.
Dr. Wheatley was speaking at the Universal Service Fund's launch of the Technology Advancement Program on Friday. And finally, as we move further into the festive season, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, is urging residents to containerize their garbage for proper disposal. NSWMA's Executive Director, Audley Gordon, says this will allow the crew to cover more areas.
The trucks, when it arrives, should be just taken up and moving. When you have the truck, have to stop to rake up the garbage, bag up the garbage, then pack it into a truck. What you do is delay the process, and that truck that would normally spend 2 minutes at your gate and move to the next gate, spend 10 minutes, and you see what that does at the end of the day to the time, and then we end up sometime can't finish a community.
Mr. Gordon says business owners should also make the necessary arrangement with the NSWMA or haulage contractors to have their garbage removed. He insists that persons should refrain from dumping garbage illegally or allowing it to litter town centers. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.